Hello everyone, in this video we are going to cover our 10 favorite places that we have visited in Mexico. We couldn't decide which were the best, so the list is in no specific order. Mexico is a country that we have traveled to on 5 different occasions and we have visited many incredible places. So let's jump right into it.
Number 1. Mulegé. Mulegé is a municipality of Baja California Sur, and its main town, which is an oasis town, is also called Mulegé. There you can find a beautiful freshwater river bringing life to the dry desert of Baja California Sur. You get some incredible views of the oasis from a viewpoint located at the mission Santa Rosalia de Mulegé, a Spanish mission from the 16th century. Besides the oasis town, one of the best parts of the municipality of Mulegé is Bahia Concepcion. If you think desert landscapes with turquoise beaches don't exist, Bahia Concepcion will prove you wrong. The bay is a true paradise and there are more than 10 incredible beaches with calm Caribbean-looking waters. The area is still quite remote and there is no big airport nearby, so you can get some of these perfect beaches pretty much all to yourself. Bahia Concepcion is truly a hidden gem with some of the best beaches in Mexico.
Number 2. Valladolid. Valladolid is a small city on the Yucatan Peninsula with charming colonial architecture and lots of cool things to do. There are many stunning cenotes in the surroundings of Valladolid and even one situated right in the middle of the city. We've been to many cenotes in Mexico, but our favorites were in this region. The famous wonder of the world, the Chichen Itza, is less than an hour away from the center of Valladolid, so if you want to get there early to beat the crowds, leaving from here is way more convenient than leaving from other popular areas like Cancun or Tulum. In the center of the city, what we enjoyed the most was walking through its streets full of colorful pastel buildings and visiting the famous main square, where the beautiful church Iglesia de San Servicio is situated. Besides that, you may also pass by the Parque Sisal, where a convent that is also a museum is located. Some nights of the week there's a very interesting light show on the walls of the convent that tells you the history of Valladolid both in English and in Spanish. Most tourists only pass through Valladolid or make a quick stop, but we recommend people to stay there for a few nights so that they can enjoy all the nice things that the city has to offer.
Number 3. Chiapas waterfalls. Chiapas is famous for having many mind-blowing waterfalls. The 2 that we visited were El Chiflón and Agua Azul. The Cascadas de Agua Azul are a series of hundreds of ultra-blue waterfalls. The largest waterfall is around 6 meters high, but if you follow the river you can find many other areas with smaller falls and places to swim. The Gatorade blue-colored water along with the green thick jungle makes Agua Azul truly impressive. Just make sure to not visit after a rainy day as this can turn the waterfalls into a brown color. El Chiflón is another amazing series of waterfall with a similar bright blue color. The biggest difference between the two is that El Chiflón has a gigantic waterfall which is 120 meters high, while Agua Azul has a bigger number of falls and more places to swim.
Number 4, La Paz. La Paz is the capital of Baja California Sur. The city itself is charming and modern, but what we loved the most about it was some of the attractions around La Paz. The first one is Bahia Balandra, which for us is the most beautiful beach destination in Mexico. In just 30 minutes from the center of La Paz, you arrive at this bay that is surrounded with many different beaches and shallow crystal clear water. To top it off, the bay is surrounded by the stunning desert backdrop of orange hills of Baja California Sur. Balandra Bay is not just the most beautiful beach destination that we have visited in Mexico, but possibly one of the top 5 beach destinations that we have visited in the world. La Paz also has many boat tours. One that we really enjoyed was the boat tour to Isla Espiritu Santo. Isla Espiritu Santo is a deserted island that has been a UNESCO World Natural Heritage Site since 2005, and it has one of the best kept ecosystems in Mexico with an amazing natural aquarium. There you will find volcanic rock formations with numerous virgin beaches and marine life. During the boat tour, we were able to snorkel with friendly sea lions and see an extensive variety of fish and corals. Definitely an unforgettable experience.
Number 5. Mazunte and Zipolite in the state of Oaxaca. Mazunte and Zipolite are two sleepy beach towns located next to each other on the Mexican Pacific coast and are very popular with backpackers, hippies, and surfers due to their laid-back vibe and good waves. Most of the time, the ocean is very rough, but you can find calmer areas to swim. People usually choose either Mazunte or Zipolite to stay, but since we had time, we stayed in both areas and we really enjoyed it. Even though they are similar, each one has its own vibe. For example, Zipolite is famous for its nudist beaches. In fact, it's Mexico's only official legal nude beach. In Mazunte, you have an amazing sunset spot called Punta Cometa, which is like a mini peninsula with beautiful views from the coast. Both are full of Mexican food options with vegetarian choices too, and it's common to find live music in some restaurants or even on the streets at night. If you like relaxed beach towns with a hippie vibe, you'll definitely love Mazunte and Zipolite.
Number 6. Isla Holbox. Isla Holbox is an island of the famous Quintana Roo state. From Cancun it will take you around 3.5 hours on bus and ferry to get there, but the trip is definitely worth it. The roads are still unpaved and there's no cars, but for us that's what made this island unique and special compared to the other islands around this region. On Isla Holbox you can watch flamingos in their natural habitat if you're lucky, see the incredible bioluminescence phenomenon during some periods of the year, go kite surfing, or you can just chill at the island's heavenly beautiful beaches. If you've been to Isla Mujeres or to Cozumel but would like to visit a more authentic looking laid back Mexican island, Isla Holbox is definitely the right option for you.
Number 7. San Jose del Pacifico. San Jose del Pacifico is a small indigenous pueblo 2,350 meters high in the mountains of Oaxaca, between the capital of Oaxaca and the Pacific coast. The place is known for being the magic mushroom capital of Mexico. That's because in San Jose del Pacifico, magic mushrooms can be consumed legally, which makes it popular mainly with backpackers and the hippie community. But there are still families that visit for a relaxing nature getaway. The place is perfect for those looking for a psychedelic experience, but it's also a great option if you just want to take some days in the remote Mexican forest. There are many mountainside accommodations. We stayed in a cozy wooden cabin with a balcony that has jaw-dropping nature views. There are a few trails in the region, so we recommend hiking through the mountains of San Jose and also trying the Temazcal experience, which is a kind of an indigenous sauna. A very intense experience, but it gives you a natural high and you will feel amazing after it.
Number 8. Teotihuacan. Teotihuacan is a massive archaeological complex northeast of Mexico City that is one of the most famous ancient ruins in Mexico. Built between the 1st and 7th centuries, Teotihuacan was one of the most powerful cultural centers in Mesoamerica, and for many years it was the largest city in pre-Columbian Americas. The name was given by the Aztecs when they found the city in the 1400s, and it means the place where the gods were created. As we walked around the complex, we couldn't help but be mind-blown by its majestic historic constructions. The two main pyramids are the Pyramid of the Moon and the Pyramid of the Sun, which is the 3rd largest in the world. And there's a huge central avenue that crosses the entire complex called the Avenue of the Dead, which is 4 kilometers long. So if you're planning to visit Teotihuacan, be prepared to walk a lot and wear comfortable shoes. Within the complex, there is also a really cool restaurant with a cave called La Gruta, where you can find a mix of local cuisine ingredients with pre-Hispanic culinary heritage.
Number 9. San Cristobal de las Casas. San Cristobal is a city in the state of Chiapas where the beautiful Spanish colonial architecture meets the vibrant indigenous culture. Just walking around the city is an attraction itself. You'll find lovely colorful buildings with many local craft stores, restaurants, cafes and places to stay, along with many historical churches scattered around the city. The city also has the largest indigenous population that we encountered in all of Mexico, and a large majority still wear their traditional clothing. Besides visiting the churches and walking on the lively streets of the center, you can also visit a nature park that is just 15 minutes away called El Arcotete. There you can go hiking, go ziplining, and also visit some awesome caves with an impressive rock arch.
Number 10. Bacalar. Bacalar is a town in the south of Quintana Roo near the Belize border. Located 2.5 hours from Tulum, Bacalar doesn't have any beaches because it's not on the Mexican Caribbean shore. But it has something that may be even more mind-blowing than the Tulum beaches, the famous Bacalar Lagoon, also known as Laguna de los Siete Colores, the Lagoon of the Seven Colors. The lagoon is one of the most unique things we've seen in the world because of its color that goes from beautiful green shades to an impressive Caribbean blue color. The main thing to do there is hire a speedboat or a sailboat to wander around the lagoon. Depending on which tour you take, you will be able to stop and appreciate different parts of the laguna and even see some cool formations created millions of years ago by groupings of cells in colonies called stromatolites. Besides the boat tour, you can also visit a big open cenote called Cenote Azul that is 90 meters deep, one of the deepest cenotes in the Riviera Maya. The town itself is very quiet and doesn't have many big hotels, so you can expect to find a more relaxed and authentic vibe there.
Ciao.
So these are our 10 favorite places that we have visited in Mexico so far. It was hard to choose 10 and we have left many other incredible places out. We will link a playlist at the end of the video and in the comment section that has more detailed videos of each of these places if you want to get to know them better.
Let us know some of your favorite places in Mexico and maybe we can check them out in the future. Hopefully you enjoyed this video and it gave you some good ideas of places to visit.
If you like the video, drop a like to support us, subscribe if you would like to see more videos like this, follow us on Instagram, and we will see you around.